Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Alan Iden here at the first session of Winchester's spring 2026 town meeting here at the high school. As you may have just heard, town meeting just adjourned for the night until Thursday. So let's do a recap of what we've seen and heard tonight. We started with the usual ceremony with the posting of the colors and the Pledge of Allegiance with the Girl Scouts. We heard a tribute to three community members lost since fall town meeting. That'd be Officer Kevin Mon, John Lane of Lane Funeral Home, and Bob Johnson, a town meeting member for 43 years. Also paid tribute to Mark Toogood, the recently retired assistant town manager with 43 years of service to the town. As usual, we'll start with the report of the town officials. We heard from the select board. Anthea Brady, the chair, talked about the personnel changes. The failure of the override meant a lot of extra work to balance the budget. There was a hiring freeze, including summer help for the DPW, and referred to the increases in costs for health insurance. She also said that many other towns, including Arlington next to us, had passed overrides. Heard from the FinCom chair, Derek Ross, who said it was an interesting year. He said the town is on track to be on its FY26 budget, which ends, of course, in June, but there is a growing deficit. He said the State of the Town Committee got a lot of the town committees together to work together on the $171 million budget. He said the town's not in a bad place, but they still have $900,000 to work through before next Monday when we start considering, town meeting starts considering financial issues. He said we have $21 million in free cash. Does not want it to go. It definitely does not want to go below $10 million because it would affect the town's credit rating. School committee chair Tim Matthews said a new reality will affect students and parents, meaning the failure of the override. He said the school committee came up with a new vision statement, and that the school department, and students are still feeling the effects of COVID 6 years later because of the interruption in learning. He also said the brand new Lynch Elementary School opened 20 years after deficiencies in the school were identified. He said the state aid has failed to keep up with the needs, and that the school department budget is 88% personnel. They are also evaluating some fee increases. Chris Sr., our new town manager, said town meeting is the high point of the democratic process. He's only been in town in this position for 15 weeks. He said the town's AAA bond rating is secured and the town has received $400,000 in grants. But the town also needs to find non-property tax revenue. And the town will begin feeling the real impact of personnel reductions. But he commented on the fact that we'd had a tough winter, and many thanks to the staff, especially DPW and police and fire, for getting us through that. After the recess, we heard a report from the planning board on the status of the Converse Place project and some other projects, and that they're going to be looking at a review of the town's zoning bylaws. Again, that was a report, so all these were reports and just passed as put on file. Skipped to Article 6 because some of the articles were on the consent agenda. Article 6 was to amend the Board of Health regulations to allow them to review rules for recreational camps here in town. That passed. Article 7 was a proposal to assess a 6% town revenue tax on Airbnb short-term rentals. So the state gets 5% now, and it would mean about $14,000 in extra revenue to the town. Also passed. Now, Article 8 was the proposal for the new water and sewer rates. The water and sewer is an enterprise fund, and that the mass water resources fees are increasing, as are the operating expenses. He said that it rains every Saturday. The observation was that it rains every Saturday in spring, then it's dry all summer. Water rates proposal increase was 7%, which would be about $16 per quarter on an average water bill without irrigation. That passed. Article 15 was to transfer funds from free cash to the General Stabilization Fund. The proposal was $750,000. The logic is that it takes 2/3 of a vote to take from that fund. This would make it move it up to about $6.1 million. The goal is $10 million for that General Stabilization Fund. That passed. Article 16, which dragged out quite a long time, was proposals about $7.9 million to install solar panels, additional solar panels, because the town already has some, at the high school, at McCall, Vincent Owen School, DPW yard, and the transfer station. We heard that would be revenue positive after year one, about $300,000 a year. And they also want to take advantage now to about $2 million in federal grants. This is not using free cash. This is a bonded. It would be borrowed, but there would still be a net positive effect even after paying interest on the bonds. They said we heard it would be about $7.3 million in savings over 25 years. A lot of debate on this. Not really understanding why there was so much debate, but there was a motion to amend it put forward by Chris Nixon to add the Ambrose School to that. He says the Ambrose School is now 21 years old, and that passed, as did the entire article to add these solar panels to town buildings. And we almost heard the capital planning report, and then town meeting decided it was too late, and that's being postponed till Thursday. So that's our recap of this first session of Winchester's Spring 2026 Town Meeting here at the Winchester High School. For all of us at WinCam, we thank you for watching. I'm Alan Iden. Have a good night.